picture. There's a message for tomorrow. Everything connects to you. Some say soon it will be over. You can see it in the weather. Out of tune with Mama Nature. What you do comes back to you. Back to you. We're not alone. We're not alone. We're not alone. We're not alone.
Confucius, Sigmund Freud, and Farah Muhammad is an evolution of God. Searching for the truth is a threat. Seems the closer we get to the truth, state troopers of feds come out to silence you. My house in Malibu probably tapped, cause living next door to Demi Moore. Plus I'm black, plus I want vengeance for the poor who's attacked daily. Patriot Act never scared me. Jake in the Taurus, Sticky in the Jarvis. Niggas I'm with got warrants. America's browning. 20 years from now, every town will be brown and Latin. An African looking Manhattan. I'ma tell you what I seen with my 3 eyes. Word to me, not a hoax back in 99. A spacecraft in the skyline. In LA in daytime, ask horse if I'm lying.
Every mother, every father, raise your sons and your daughters with respect and with honor. From the seed comes the fruit. It's an unbroken circle. All of life is universal, and we're all in the struggle. If I know one thing is true, we're not alone. We're not alone. We're not alone. We're not alone.
Evidence remains in debate. Documents of our own Air Force base. Additional terrestrial information. Other planets with life population. My observation. Scientists study pictures of a flying disc. Right on Earth, anthropologists are finding shit. Visitors probably live with us. They can mimic us. It's sort of what we're seeing in the cinemas.
Take a look in the mirror and see the bigger picture. It's good to be alive. It's good to be alive. Nobody is an island. We are part of an environment. Only way we gon' survive is if we harmonize. We're not alone. We're not alone. We're not alone. We're not alone.
Reginald Lewis, the black billionaire before Oprah, Bob Johnson. How'd he disappear? Conspiracy theories, UFOs in the air. I seen it with my own 2 eyes, and I swear like Warren Buffett. Real money, I'm just trying to touch it. The diamond, they crushed this shit, live illustrious. Cause we was deprived of it, stuff it. Now we pop to prove anything's possible. My pimp strut was invented when they whipped us. Now we diddy bop just to show you that our strength's up. Just when niggas about to see they cut, global warming about to burn us up. Niggas never really seen paper in this world. American black's the teenager of this world. Give us 20 more years to grow up, already geniuses. What I mean is this: I used to worship a certain Queens police murderer till I read the words of Ivan Van Sertima. He inserted something in me that made me feel worthier. Now I spit revolution, I'm his hood interpreter.
Take a look in the mirror and see the bigger picture. It's good to be alive. It's good to be alive. Nobody is an island. We are part of an environment. Only way we gon' survive is if we harmonize.
Hey yo, I'm American born, love America, love my people, love all mankind, all nationalities. You know, I think it's just been recent where everybody started to feel like there was an elite group that runs everything, and everybody else was sheep, ignorant, making all ethnicities, colors, and creeds niggas, blind to what's really going on. So I say take off the wool from your eyes, out with the old America, in with the new. End all racism, all injustice, all oppression to poor people, any people, anywhere on this planet. Let's come together. A new day's right.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Peace and love, everybody. Um, thank you, Mother, for letting me know that. I had it on mute. So basically, I was saying, uh, can you hear me? You can't hear anything? Let me see. 1 second. All right. Let me see now. Let me know if you can hear me now. Okay. All right. You can hear me now. All right. Great. Um, so like I said before, Mercury is having a storm shower right now. So we still feel the effects of a Mercury retrograde, even though we got it, coming forward. But for those who are new to the channel, we welcome you to the channel, and definitely would love for you to continue to join us each week. We cover the astrological influences from the solar system and how they affect us here on Earth. And so these are some of the things that we discuss and go over. And speaking of the uh, Mercury, this is what we're talking about retrograde. It's coming direct, and it's going to be having storm shower effects pretty soon. And this is for tonight, what we're looking at. Peace and love, Tammy. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Here we have the Sun in Libra, and this is Libra season. So we are coming to a close for my Libras for this cycle, this theme. We are closing out when it comes to relationship matters, when it comes to certain aspects of the relationships, and when it comes to the way that we try to initiate and balance and transition within relationships. Okay, and specifically how we are accustomed have grown accustomed to doing things within relationships. And we always give credence to the sun. The sun is the great governor of the solar system and gives us life, light, food, and things that we need to survive. So we always give thanks and gratitude for the sun. Here is right here in Libra. It will be moving in Scorpio shortly. So Scorpio's your season is coming up. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with some current events and themes of what everybody is feeling tonight, and actually see what's actually taking place and going on. So let's start here. The first house we have here Aquarius, and we had Saturn come direct. We still got Jupiter retrograde, but Saturn direct in the first house gives you, for my Aquarius sons, sun, moon, and rising, you are um, very jovial at this time. This is where you're beginning. It's in this angular house to mature when it comes to networks and different people and organizations, when it comes to your identity and personality within the group, or just your self-esteem, your own self-image is starting to form, and you're starting to really see yourself becoming fixed with who you are. And then you have Jupiter here retrograde. So this is keeping and restoring that portion of you that was actually uh, affected by others. And then you have Jupiter retrograde in Aquarius. So when it comes to being the admired one of the group or of the community, this is actually strong for you right now. The great lesson giver here in Saturn in the first house, teaching us all about maturing with our self identity, every aspect of you, even your body. This is your karmic expression, your karmic lessons that you're going through, Aquarius. So you have a responsibility that you're learning to take towards yourself. Jupiter here is giving you those gifts and attributes. However, is retrograde. So this is more like a um, time to really evaluate yourself within these groups, not to over aim or overestimate who you truly are within these groups, and don't get so down on yourself. This is where you are the life of the party, um, and this is a chance or opportunity for you, Aquarius, to really dive deep into who you are and to start to explore more who you are. For my Pisces here in the second house, you have Pallas here at 10 degrees, Neptune at 20 degrees, the ruler of Pisces in modern astrology. And Neptune here is really uh, helping you to really go through a series of changes and transitions within your value systems. You have the moon here, so a necessity or a need to really hone in on your finances, your spending, your value systems, the things that you believe is fading and fleeting away. And this is a great time for you to really get in tune with that. When it comes to taking a stand, with Palace and being more diplomatic and a peacemaker within when it comes to your own values. This is what you're discovering. Trying not to get away from the escape and the uh, illusions that you may induce or cause yourself, or you may just be so indulged in the situation that you actually may not see it the proper way. But with this boost from the moon, this gives you a strong tendency to look within and use your intuition. And for my Aries here, you have Aries here in the third house, Chiron um, retrograde in Aries, 10 degrees. So some things that is fixed within. This is some of the things that you are actually working on for my Aries Sun Moon Horizon. And this is specifically with your habits, your daily routines, trying to get your mental state together, trying to get um, the right mindset about yourself and yourself within the group or the whole or the community. Especially for my Aries, you at this time, this is the opposite season for you. So this is Libra season, so this is the opposite for you, and this is going through the lessons of learning how to um, express and portray yourself within the group when it comes to Aries. Is all about self, but how do you make an impact on the whole, on the group or the community? This is the theme for that you're going through right now. Retrograde, so some tough lessons, hard lessons when it comes to those induced traumas that you may cause, or actually those things that may happen within the group or network that you have built. For my Taurus here, again, we got Uranus here in the fourth house, and Uranus is really trying to make some sudden changes within the home. This is all about security for my Taurus Sun Moon Horizon. How can you better secure the home? There's a lot of hits to the home, traveling, transferring, sharing resources, moving in, moving out. A lot of different sudden changes or abrupt changes taking place within the home and also into your subconscious mind. This is a lot of changes that's taking place for you on a deeper level when it comes to the things that you hold dear to in the home, that financial stability that you look for, that security that you look for within the home. All of these things are changing right now. And it's really, you're trying to get a tighter grip on how you can really activate your higher self or your higher consciousness. Um, and let's see here. Okay, moving forward. Peace and love, neighbor G. You have Gemini here uh, in the fifth house. This again, the North Node is retrograde. This is literally what they call the destiny point or destiny node of the moon, the dragon's head. This is the direction that you're headed for my Gemini. And last time we talked about how your influence will be strong on children, and it's still a continuous theme for you right now. Learning how to, you see this here, these this north node, the glyph, it looks like a pair of earphones. This is where you are putting on your own headphones and carrying out your own destiny and not living someone else's destiny or mimicking or copying someone else. This is where you actually are um, listening to the rhythm of your own destiny. And so where you trying to do many tasks and many different things, trying to um, make a lot of different activities work at the same time. It's not all about multitasking right now. It's really tapping in and listening to your own intuition, your own intellect to accomplish the goal. And the goal is centered around your pleasures, it's centered around your hobbies, centered around children. If you don't have children or desire them, you need to really ask yourself, what's your purpose for these things right now? And that's what the theme is for Gemini. For Cancer here, you have the fortune glyph here, or part of fortune in the sixth house. So when it comes to your service, when it comes to your nurturing, or the way that you desire to find security or seek security here from serving or daily routines and forming better habits, this is where you'll get more fortune from when you really decide to get serious about your health. A lot of my cancers I talk to, especially a lot of clients, they have a lot of issues with salt retention right now. So you really want to make sure, especially during this season, you got all of these Albion holidays coming up. Don't take in so much sodium because this will affect the stomach. Sixth house is the intestines. Cancer rules over the breast and the stomach, so this can make it larger. And especially have good people around. That's the best thing you can have in your diet. So when you're angry, you won't produce table salt, okay, NaCl. So for my cancers, that will be your theme, really focused on the part of fortune or health for you. That will be not just your physical health, but your emotional health as well. Don't neglect, because cancer is all about the emotions. Don't neglect the emotional health, and this is where you are beginning in this age to take responsibility for your emotional security. This is Cancer, a cardinal sign, meaning you like to initiate things and get things started, and that's what you'll be doing, initiating this task of securing your own emotional health. For my Leo, again, you guys have nothing here. Last week it was Cancer, it was empty, but now we have Fortune that's in Cancer, and then Leo here, nothing here in this house, but you do have the Sun, the ruler of Leo, not too far away. Okay, it's in the ninth house, so a lot of my Leo, Sun, Moon, Horizon, you are going through lessons all about relationships, contracts, agreements, partnerships, unions. A lot of my Leos, you are literally learning how to balance. You want to have a kingdom and rule and roar like the lion that you are, but you also got to be careful not to overshadow the relationship or only see the parts of the contract that will benefit you. You got to read the entire contract. And so you are the leaders of the zodiac. You set the trend and the tone. And so you have to learn how to set the trend and the tone for all of us on the, seventh house here. Okay. This is where you are literally balancing the relationship portal. Okay, so this is where my Leos will step up and take the charge here. And the theme is about to shift, but um, you know, this gives you enough uh, balance that you need within the relationship to be the leader you desire, but also know when to follow as well for my Leos. Okay. For my Virgos, right now, you're analyzing again the legacy you're trying to leave behind. You're going through your own personal transformation with the different resources that you're given and you come across, trying to be more analytical about the way you approach your shared resources with a partner, or even just how not to overthink things. And it can be tough right now because you got Mercury, the ruler of Virgo, in the ninth house. So again, you're going through lessons right now as well, as far as learning and trying to balance things as well. A lot of signs right now going through a balancing act. But for my Virgos, eighth house, all about these endings and transformation. Some of the things that you eat, you do need to be biased and prejudiced toward, because it actually causes a certain effect in the body where you can't process information the best. And so when this Mercury retrograde here, for my Virgos, you really need to tap into your own uh, bias or prejudice and see how it can actually help you when it comes to the type of legacy you desire to leave. As far as your desires for my Virgos, not particularly concerned with relationships. Some of you can be over analyzing the relationships right now due to where Mercury is, but it's going to be shifting shortly. So um, Sun, Moon, Horizon for my Virgo is all about remembering the type of legacy. You are the virgin of the zodiac, and so you literally will try everything once. And so when it comes down to your desires, you'll try many methods at least once to get to the desired result. And so with this, you have to be careful because, um, especially when it comes to forging the type of legacy you desire to leave, Mercury, you can actually, when it's retrograde, choose to invest in your time and energy into things that may not actually be the best for you going forward. But this is why you might actually choose the right uh, answer or path for yourself, but because you have this Mercury and Libra, Libra is all about every option, okay, on the scale. And with Mercury retrograde, you can overthink and overanalyze every single option, okay. So sometimes they say less is best, and this is what you're working with here, Virgos. So for my Libras, again, this whole cycle or season has been all about you, and so or all about your theme, and it's all about relationships, partnerships, unions. And right now the types of relationships you form with institutions, professors, gurus, teachers, healers, um, you name it. Even when it comes to law, that law aspect, you have Mercury here, again retrograde in the ninth house. So reevaluating the type of information that you choose to uh, take in. And then also you have Mars. Mars is out of sect, so this is where you can actually cut off people. You can cut off certain habits or things within the relationship. You can cut off different avenues of learning, teachers, institutions. A lot of people may leave the church, may leave the mosque, may leave the temple. They may leave different organizations or institutions because they have a difference of opinion. And this is where you may be overthinking things, or you actually might be on point, but you don't know how to voice it and express it the best because Mercury here is retrograde. And even when it comes to your communication, sending emails to let them know that you resign, or text messages, it could be off or misunderstood at this time because of this. And Mars is saying, I want to take action, but the action is not to help build this institution. I want to actually leave. Okay. I want to get away from this because it no longer serves me, or at least serves what I thought, or it's not what I thought it would be. And you got the sun there. Again, that's the overarching thing. Your heart is in it. Your heart is on board with the assignment or the task this month or cycle, but you just don't have enough power to back you mentally. And then physically, your actions that you put out, you feel like you've been putting in a lot of actions. Um, but it's time to take the necessary step to move out of this situation, and that's what you're actually experiencing now, and plus on a whole bunch of other things as well. But this is one of the biggest things that you're dealing with. And then of course with the sun here, shining light on a lot of these things. It may have been hidden from you in previous cycles, but now with the sun giving as much light as possible, now those friends, those people that you may have thought had your best interest, those teachers, gurus, institutions, they're all being, the light has been shown on them. Okay, it's being uh, illuminated, so you're getting more enlightenment. This is a personal enlightenment you're going through within these institutions. So, well, for some who will leave, some will stay and still learn all about themselves and their path. Um, then you have Scorpio, 10th house again, and this is the direction that the sun is headed towards the next season. And this is going to be literally all about your desires, passion, your drive. You see, Mars rules over Scorpio as well as Pluto, and so this is all about power, passion, drive. And so your heart is going to be driving your main theme in this career or public eye for my Scorpios. Um, you are literally going to be experiencing something that this season is all about transformation. And we're going to talk about Scorpio in particular because we're actually going to shift signs in this week to come. So for my Sagittarius here, you guys, you have the South Node. So that's this is the South Node here, the headphones in reverse. So this is listening to those past lives, and those past lives themes and rhythms that you once accomplished or practiced or participated in. Is retrograde opposing the North node here in the 5th house. And so the 11th house, this isn't, this is where you can have fun with the children for Gemini. You can try to develop some creative way to do different things. But here, this is all about the group. This is all about the whole, about the, how you uh, shoot your aspirations within groups or organizations or frats or sororities or secret societies, things like that. This is where you rely a lot on those groups or developments where you're being called in this lifetime to not rely on it. Look at the children that you create and look at the ones that you are close to build. And then as far as this Venus in Sagittarius, this is where you trying to find love within the group or trying to find some type of romance or relationship here within the group. Um, you're going to shoot a lot of your arrows, but don't waste your arrows. Um, Especially as this sun is about to, the sun is about to go into Scorpio. Don't shoot your shot at too many people. There's going to be a lot of people that is showing promise, but um, maybe their heart is not in it. I mean, Venus rules love and the way we seek love. So a lot of people will go into, especially my Sagittarius, try to travel to find love, travel abroad. This could be either traveling abroad or even um, with like a teacher or student type of relationship, like we touched on last time. This is what you'll be experiencing. This is within a group. So you're learning from the relationship as you are growing. Uh, so this is also for my Capricorn here, 12th house, Pluto, Pluto. Can't say enough about Pluto. Pluto has been making its mark felt for since 2020, actually 2019, but Pluto in Capricorn is direct now. And notice that, you have more planets direct, but for Capricorns, you all are experiencing the destruction within. And when Pluto destroys, it actually rebuilds as well. So Pluto, whether it rules over the stock market, whether it rules over generational wealth, whether it rules over mining, going beneath the ground and earth, um, or mining companies, different stock companies. Capricorn, you all about investments and climbing that mountain of success. But here, this is where you're getting more power, more of a boost because Pluto has come direct. And now, when it comes to for my Capricorn business owners, you all are actually giving more power and a boost. But it's a challenge because here you have this square with Pluto and Mars. You want to cut ties. See, my Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising, we can get into a tendency of um, just getting rid of people because you feel like you're the authoritative figure, um, and you are all about common sense, no nonsense. I don't have time for the BS, and so you're not getting the job done. I like you, but you're not doing what I need you to do right now. And so this is where you say, I want to cut ties from you, or even I was learning from you, um, but it's just not working out as far as this employment is going for my Capricorn owners. Or even when it comes down to the relationship, you're trying to fit things that doesn't work, and this is where the personal destruction is taking place. But Pluto overall for all of us is actually destroying, and you can thank Pluto for actually causing this great disruption to governments, to de facto governments, to those pretending to represent the people. Pluto is saying, you guys want to continue this de facto game, this new world order. Well, we're going to destroy everything that you're building. Capricorn is all about tradition. Saturn rules Capricorn, and so is in Aquarius. So right now, Aquarius energy is really, this is the age of Aquarius. So more information is coming out. Now is the time to tear down based off what you know, but do not do it all at once. Jupiter's retrograde, so you have to literally, as you see the big picture and set your sights on something new, don't forget about the old, and that's what's going on here. Um, okay, so this is all currently, some themes that's taking place here tonight with what we're experiencing and feeling. Um, Peace and love, Mother Yaya, and this is what we get. Okay, this is a glimpse, and I'm gonna do a whole video breakdown. I might do it tomorrow, or Tuesday, on this whole Pluto, what's to come in this age. It's a lot of stuff going down, a lot of things that's gonna start happening, that you're gonna be seeing. You already seeing, but a lot of things when it comes to finances, how it'll affect people's living conditions, how nations will be affected. I'm gonna do a breakdown on that this week. But when we look at the third house, we see here this again, this Aries, this personal um, issue that's taking place with the news and the media. Neptune rules it in portions of it. And then you see here what this is, the information gate. And this is where council culture is getting out of hand. And now council culture is being counseled, or at least they're trying to initiate that and counsel the counselors. But this is where a lot of people are getting sick and tired of them counseling people, especially just because they go against something that they say. So a lot of people are fighting back right now, and you're going to see more of this coming out as we get deeper into this coming season and or coming month and throughout the rest of the year. So this is also the house or gateway of travel, domestic and airport, train, bus, you name it. And it's interesting that you see that Delta Airlines, the CEO at least, he is taking a personal step towards his development. You could say that, but he's actually telling Biden administration that they will not be going ahead with the adjustments. And see, you have here Chiron squaring the part of fortune, so two cardinal signs and succeeding on mutable houses. So this is the great challenge where Cancer is all about the care and nurture. And so you see people like this getting it right and fighting back against the Biden administration that's trying to enforce the NWO. And on the other hand, you see Southwest, their CEO is actually in a challenge as well with the Biden administration, but they are yielding and they're lying. They have issued these adjustment mandates, but yet they are saying that they was coerced or forced into it. And it's just like every day when we get coerced with bills of attainder and things like that. It doesn't mean that you still have to comply. So I don't buy that what he's saying, and again, it's gonna come out anyway. But when you look at the fifth house, a lot of communication information is coming out uh, as far as this entertainment. A lot of these so-called celebrities and stars are just doing whatever, saying whatever, just to um, get views or likes or just to be, get more popularity. But again, that this is the question: are they following their own rhythm? That's according to their purpose, or they're going with the purpose that's given to them. So you see Brandon Goodwin here in the fifth house. He actually, his situation when he took the adjustment. He actually started getting clots, blood clots, and things like that. And his sports team, okay, Mercury retrograde, try to cover this up. Okay, Mercury rules over Gemini as well. They try to cover this up and they try to keep him quiet. And so he actually didn't, want to continue to go along with that. And this is, how they do you in this sports arena. They say they basically own you. And you also see what Kyrie Irving is going through. Um, you know, all type of lies they're putting out in the media, as far as him not getting adjusted and why he won't. But at the end of the day, there's too much evidence that supports the agenda, and I think that's why a lot of people aren't taking it. For my people who domicile near New York, you see the bioweapons being released in the subways as they say these are test runs. And so they're releasing biochemical or bio weapons of gas and gases as test runs. And you got to be careful. This is affecting the health. This is a foreshadow of what's to come in 2020 through 2032. You're going to see when Pluto shifts into Aquarius, a lot of the Pluto rules over toxic waste and pollution. When Pluto enters into Aquarius, you'll see pollution and toxicity into the air. And this is a glimpse of what you're going to be looking at in the future. And then you're going to see a lot of people trying to sue because of this. Okay, so when we look at the seventh house here, the Leo is at the seventh house. This deals with the leaders. You have the sun here, represents your president, government leaders, prime ministers, rulers, queens, kings, knights, different personnel in government. Well, you have Joe Biden acting as administrator or acting as president of the corporation. He is allowing foreigners from Taliban and Afghan to come on through the ports and come here for whatever reason. You could connect the dots. They plan to do something really big in the next coming weeks because of what's taking place in the eighth house. Now, there's a lot of things taking place in the eighth house. Mercury retrograde, ruler of this house. A lot of information coming out about the collusion with Facebook, and we go back to the entertainment. So you got uh, a lot of this air energy here was Mark Zuckerberg and his consort, his wife, whatever you want to call her. They donated 400 million plus to Biden and for him to win. So he reveals his hand and shows what side he is on, and is on the side of the NWO. So you will be seeing some more changes when it comes to Facebook. So just keep that, and Instagram and the rest of the alphabet. Private social platforms. Um, Now, I love this. What's taking place here in the ninth house? You're starting to see this recall. retrograde. Now we've been talking about this for a while. We've been saying how um, they stole our land, they stole our estate, and as they are pretending on our land to be lawful, you have them stealing from each other what's stolen from us. And so the election, you're about to see the recall, you're about to witness that come into full effect. Mars out of sect and is actually going to be releasing information, cutting ties with certain governmental diplomatic positions. Um, and you have more than 100 de facto administrators or lawmakers or public officials, whatever you call them, from at least 40 of the territories, what you call states, nationwide. They are doing a full recount of these election of the 2020 alleged election, and they have issued a proclamation and a declaration about the fraud that took place, and they want full recounts because it was inaccuracy and collusion taking place during this time. So this is why Biden, another reason why Biden and his administration and those behind him, his handlers, they are trying to force and speed up their actions to collapse everything. Okay, and that's why, because they know that their time is short, and they know that they're trying to put the Trump back in, and he represents a sign or symbol of a battle against the NWO. So before that can take place, they're trying to derail everything, and that's what we're actually seeing. Also coming down from the court system or judges, you actually, or de facto, you're actually seeing um, a lot of the leaders or so-called leaders are actually overturning a lot of the jab mandates and saying no in Texas. Florida trying to follow suit, California going through their battles, but um, all over you're starting to see the people represented by the moon. They're starting to get out of the belief systems. Ironically, Pisces, I believe, and they're starting to move to a higher octave of Pisces, which is I perfect. They are coming into an awareness of who they truly are from the last age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius, and they're starting to work together, come together, and they're beginning to stand and go up against the NWO in different ways. And so you have a lot of people going up against, especially in Texas, in Florida, they're going up against the NWO. And so also here you see the lawsuits coming out in the ninth house. Bill Cosby, he's going to be suing because he was falsely accused and falsely imprisoned, and that should have never happened. So you're going to see this lawsuit go into effect. It's already been filed, and so you're going to see a lot of different things from there. So let's go ahead and look at days ahead. This is Monday. Okay, so Monday, this is a time where you're going to start to pick up the pace. You're going to start to literally see when Mercury goes direct here. And so when Mercury goes direct, this is literally where you're still, just because Mercury is direct now, you're still going to be in a retro shade type of experience where you still got to shake off the cobwebs. So when it comes to relationships, you're going to get some gossiping. You're going to get, some people running their mouths about, relationships. You're going to get some drama. Those secrets that you told people in confidentiality, they're going to be spilling the beans. So you got to be real careful who you tell what to, or if you already told. It could come out tomorrow, Monday. And this is where a lot of information that you share with people that you thought you could trust is going to start to come out. And so, just be careful. This is a time, however, for forgiveness. A lot of things was thought, said, and done. So thought, said, and done with Mercury and Mars, your action, thinking and your actions in relationships that cause pain and cause anger and bitterness. And so this is a time for forgiveness, to heal, to restore. to resolve some of those issues. I don't rush to it though. This is a cardinal. I know you want to rush and get it done and try to fix things, but take your time because Mars there. You can actually say something. It's still in the retro shade area. This is still shaking off the cobwebs of that retrograde. You still got to process your thoughts first before you say stuff. This is also where you need to evaluate your mental health and get mental healing Monday. Take a mental day if you need to. Um, and this is where the energy vampires within those relationships sucking your mind, your thoughts, and sucking your will, your actions, your energy. Is very, very strong. It's coming to an end. I think it's really going to be, well, I know it's going to be coming to more of a end as we get more into the week. But this is a time where you're going to literally be resetting the scales. You're going to reset in relationships, and this could be personally or just relationship over. Ask for a restart, ask for a do over, or a fresh, clean slate. This is where it's a good time to ask for that. Is a cardinal in a mutable house, so transitioning from the old aspects or old ways of the relationship back into something new, fresh, something that can actually yield both parties mutuality and help you guys to see the big picture together, the purpose of the relationship, why you're doing what you're doing, and how you're going to go about doing what you're doing. So this is a great time for that. Um, so there's just something to look forward to on Monday. This is for Tuesday now. Let's look at Tuesday. This is the 19th with some things that you can really look forward to. Um, it's all about balance this day. You definitely want to make sure that you're balancing as much as you can. You got the moon in Aries here. It's going to be in opposition with Mercury here. So the moon, and this is where you can be outwardly warm-hearted. You're dealing with that heat in Aries. The moon here, you can be outwardly warm-hearted within your groups or even with your siblings or relatives. But you have Chiron there, so having healed from those wounds that affected you from your siblings or loved ones. Um, Still may have a boiling nature because you're still upset about some of those things. Um, this is where you could be overly emotional in this opposition here in Mercury and Libra. You could be overly analytical. So when it comes to yourself, you could be overly emotional. When it comes to others, overly analytical. So you could be having too much high expectations on people. And let me just say, um, we are all learning and growing and developing, so you can't put so much high expectation on people. um at some point you're going to have to realize that we all have flaws, so you want to do your best to try to stay calm, because this time brings anxiety, brings confusion, sensitivity. um you can be overly sensitive and ready to fly off the handle with this Aries. This is a fire sign, so you're ready to take action and fight and defend. You can be overly defensive. Um, this is an opportunity, however, because I like to look at oppositions as opportunities to merge your emotions with your um, intellect. Okay, so try to merge the intuitive nature that you find yourself in with your intellect, and this will help you to bring that inner peace that you'll be seeking. And this is where you definitely don't want to be lazy at this time. Try to be more productive and get you know out of your feelings and actually put in some more work, because if you don't, then um, it's going to be hard to comprehend your own feelings with this Mercury shade area. And then this is where arguments happen because you're literally projecting your emotions, and it can all be simple, just like Lauren Hill said. It can all be so simple, but you rather make it hard because you're overthinking things. Okay, and when you merge that with overly sensitive or overly emotional, it can be a real bad day. And then later that day, you're going to have the moon oppose Mars. So this is where you could be really passionate, and with this Mars energy towards the other person, you be smothering them with the moon and your emotions. And this is where you can be overly aggressive and defensive, again, combative, short tempered. So just be careful with that. And this, all of this, you could do all of this to your consort or your loved one. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and look at Wednesday. Wednesday, you had a full moon square, okay, full moon T square, and if you can see, the moon here is in Aries at 29 degrees. 29 degrees, this is something you really want to pay attention to, because this is where more injuries, more things can happen for good or for worse. And so, at 29 degrees, Aries, um, this, you want to go full speed ahead with this Aries energy. You feel like you learned a little more that you need with others, and you're ready to move forward. This is strong urge and need to move forward. But I would caution you, I would tell you as a caveat to advance with caution, because this moon at 29 degrees can stir up irritation, agitation between relatives, siblings. You love them to death, but here's something, you just can't stand about them, and they can't stand about you, and you're not willing to hold back this time. So just be careful. This is where your heart, the sun, is in conflict with the moon. Okay, you're looking at this full moon. The sun is opposite the moon. This that's where it's a full moon here. What is this full opposition? So it's the light is fully shown. So on this day, a lot of information, a lot of things are going to come out about your sibling, loved ones, kindred, close relatives, those within your everyday community that you deal with on a daily basis or weekly basis or frequent basis. Um, and so this is where it'll be hard for you to try to connect with other people during this time based on how you feeling. So again, don't project. And the moon represents memory and your subconscious. So this is where the moon in Aries can be like having your subconscious emotions come to the forefront and you blow up on people. And so this is where you suppress feelings within yourself. Aries is the self. So if you suppress these feelings for too long and you don't properly process them when it comes to other people, you'll just project them. And this is where you can become an energy vampire. Because them even dealing with you can be too much. You're like, okay, this person is moody. I can't speak to them. As soon as I look at them, they get upset. So just be careful of that. And don't take things personally on this day. This is the full moon T square. Okay. And this square, the moon here, you have the square with the sun, Mars. And so this is where, and Pluto. Okay. Can't forget about Pluto here in the 12th house, Capricorn. So all of these things that you're trying to manage with the destruction and the things that you're trying to rebuild when it comes to your own hidden things that you're hiding from other people. There's a lot of stuff brewing on the inside. So just be careful on, Wednesday, not to get to fly off the handle as well. So as you can see, this is a strong time to really try to balance, especially before we move to the next season. Um, okay, so let's go ahead and look at Thursday. Okay, Thursday, this is where I like to say, as you can see, you got the sun here, almost out of Libra, about to move into the next sign or cycle. With the moon transitioning into Taurus. Okay, this is the moon is exalted in Taurus, and it is a great thing. But you got Uranus there as well. You got that conjunction there, and so it's making a square to Saturn in Aquarius. So this is where social problems is going to come up. Okay, loneliness, awkwardness, um, separation, desperation, detachment. All these things are going to come up on. This is what you'll be dealing with on Thursday. Okay, a day ruled by Jupiter, and then of course Jupiter come direct. So this is all about that social awkwardness. It'll be hard to connect with people. You're feeling good at one instance, but then your emotions is subject to change. Uranus is all about sudden changes. Um, Others may cause separation from what they do and how you perceive it within the home. This could be even surrounding a woman or women or the feminine. Is our Taurus, the feminine sign, the moon, feminine. Dealing with that, have that separation, get upset at uncle, grandfather, father, great grandfather, cousin, brother, male energy. Then you have the feminine energy, that square, that conflict that's going to happen, but it's all about taking responsibility for your own emotions. Saturn is all about maturity, responsibility. The moon is all about your uh, emotions and your emotional nature. So this is all about you. These are the personal houses. Taking care of yourself, your own emotional baggage that you'll be dealing with is all about you. This is the lesson from Saturn. And when you pass this test, you will erase, or I want to say erase, you will relieve some of the karmic debt, and you will actually be able to move forward and reap rewards that Saturn gives. Um, and this is where you can have a unhealthy or codependent type relationship with someone that needs to be addressed, or in my opinion, uh, that you need to deal with this. You need to get rid of that codependency and that toxic relationship, and just let it go. This is the best time to move forward as the moon here begins to shrink and let go. Okay, this is the best time if you want to cut it off. Let go. Um, and this isn't the best time to be around people when you're in a bad mood anyway. So I mean, you're holding on to nothing if you don't see the big picture, and it's not adding value to either one of life. So that's the best time to go ahead and separate. Uh, yeah, and then of course, again, the sun is about to move. So let's go ahead and look here at Friday. This is Friday, the holy day. Sun at 29 degrees. So here you go. You got another critical degree here. Is at Libra. And this is a time where you'll get a big amount of energy. It's like that battery. You got that last, you playing a video game, and the controller, or you have a remote controller, or you have the remote and it's saying on the TV change the battery. That's what this is like. You have that last bit of energy left. And so Mars in Libra will be squaring Pluto in Capricorn. Okay, so Mars in Libra squaring Pluto in Capricorn. And this is literally, again, Mars and Pluto is all about passion, power, will, and it's going to be squaring. So your drive and desire to have that relationship be what you desire to be will be in conflict with what you're dealing with behind closed doors. And so Mars has been in its detriment. It doesn't like to be in Libra. It loves to be over here where it's hot in Aries. But it's here in its detriment here. Doesn't like to be there. So it's going to be a challenge to try to fight against the elite, even. And you think about those who have the power or authority or acting like they do. Don't try to exhaust all your energy, that last little power that you have, before you change the battery, because um, they're not going to change. It's Capricorn. They're going to stay in their ways. They stuck in their ways. They stuck on tradition. They stuck on the old. They some old asses. They ain't going to move. They ain't going to do nothing but give you more drama and oppose you and really try to knock you off your square. So I wouldn't even try to waste much energy, and don't be so egotistical or cocky to think you're going to win that day. Okay. Um, and plus, the sun will be leaving soon. So this is literally closing out karmic relationships, or transforming those relationships that you are going to retain and move forward in that way. So I wouldn't waste too much energy with that. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at Saturday. This is Saturn's day. And so you see the theme begins to shift with the sun at 0 degrees in Scorpio. So happy Scorpio season to all my Scorpios. This is your season. Is all about transformation. It's all about different portals opening. It's all about um, the relationship or transformation portal, destruction, reconstruction, um, sexuality, power, death, desires, intimacy, crisis, emergency crisis, the occult, uh, psychology, forensics, research, criminology is all about um, gangs, mafia, cliques, clubs, and also the study of the higher self and the higher dimension. So when you get into those deeper realms, uh, Pluto, Mars and Pluto rules over Scorpio. And again, Scorpio is water, is all about the emotions, and Pluto is here to dive deep into your emotions. And this is a deep dive transition that everybody's going to be facing this Saturday, getting into more about the desires that they hold on to. This is all about diving deep, researching, searching, and on a journey, on a quest, on a mission for truth, for discovering, because it's about discovery as well, discovering your own truth, discovering the truth about who you are and how you are, your relationship to the public's eye, and also to your career. This is also about, okay, Mars is also about fighting in war. So this is literally fighting for your career when it comes through. And it's also about um, striking, is dealing with the scorpion. You see this scorpion glyph here, and you have the stinger here. This is about striking those things or people that needs to be uh, taken out. This is all about death. Okay, what are you letting go of? In exchange for uh, learning more about yourself, discovering more about yourself. This is a determination to succeed in career, succeed in the public eye, create your own type of success. And this is letting go of. This is where you have to learn how to let go of those um, exaggerated desires that you may hold on to. Okay, it might be time to really just let it go. Okay, and it's really uh, the transition period. So this is what we really are focusing on. Um, and then let's go ahead and look at Sunday. So Sunday again, a lot of T square. You got squares all over the place. You know, Neptune and the Moon and Gemini. Um, Learning how to let go again, and you see more planets direct now. North node direct, south node direct, Venus direct, Sun great, but issuing some solar flares, coronal mass ejections. Mars direct, Mercury direct, part of fortune. Uranus is still retrograde, Chiron, Neptune, and Pallas. And so, personally, you're going through those retrogrades, but socially, you are able to maintain. So, this is like not putting up a front to other people. Even though you're going through a lot on the inside, you still continue to move forward, but don't neglect yourself. This is a day for you to lounge, sleep in, and just enjoy yourself. Just try to meditate. So many squares and challenges that you're going to try to achieve. Don't waste your time. Just take your time and just really get more into yourself. You're going to want to anyway, because it's going to be a lot of different things taking place on Sunday with these squares. So yeah, I think that would be good for you to do on Sunday. Uh, any questions? Let's go ahead and look at the cards as well. You have the Four of Discs. This is the tarot. You have the tarot. This is the Four of Discs upright. Okay, so again, this is going to that Jupiter in Aquarius. Okay, don't look at other people when they have different materials and possessions, and you think that they're prospering more than you or they're getting ahead. Think about yourself. Think about the things that you already have within your possession. How can you enhance and advance that? This is what we're looking at with this fourth disc. This is the current theme or focus. And here's the challenge again: just because Mercury has come direct does not mean that there's still not some mental fog taking place. So I like to say before Mercury goes retrograde, during the retrograde, and a few days or sometimes weeks after the Mercury retrograde, you still may be feeling the effects of it. And some people, some of you, this is the Nine of Swords upright. You've been holding on to a lot of different decisions that you've been trying to make. This is that Mars and Aries. This is Mars and Libra right now. So trying to balance too much options, trying to weigh your options. And so just learn how to be and just, not spend endless nights worrying and trying to fix something that's not broken or things that are already in the process of getting better. Don't do too much to try to, ruin that situation from over analyzing or thinking. Um, this is some of you thinking some people feel like they are not in control of their own destiny and cannot manifest the things they desire. And a part of the reason why you can't manifest because you can't just write in your journal and affirmation and meditate and crystal candles and incense and think that stuff going to happen. You got to put in some work. And this is for those who have a home-based business. This is Malik of Cups in reverse. You have your home-based business or you've gotten laid off, or you know dealing with this whole mandate from the adjustments, trying to figure out how is it going to work, how am I going to pan out. You can't get in that rut now. You got to really put some work in to begin to manifest the desired result. You can't just think everything gonna pan out from you writing on a piece of paper. Got to put the work in, and then here you got Seven of Cups in reverse. Again, so much thinking about all of the different options. And this is that Libra energy. And again, we got the sun just left Libra, so it can be a little confusing at first. But when the sun has left Libra, it gives you more insight to the next theme that you need to take on as far as your direction. With the sun now transition into Scorpio this week, you'll be able to really start to hone in on your desires and what really resonates with you and what really can help and aid you for the career. Okay, because you got so many thoughts how you're going to take care of yourself and do uh, wonders, but it's all going to start to be revealed as you get deeper into yourself. Then some of you have Five of Swords upright. So this is that Venus energy. Again, Venus is in Sagittarius. Don't start any new relationships at the end of the week. You literally try to force your love onto other people. It won't work. This is where they might see you as a little hopeless romantic and things like that, where you're trying to literally force stuff on them. This is the sword. So you've been thinking, projecting your romantic thoughts on other people, and it's not there for them this week. Is like, okay, I just met you. And especially with Venus and Sag, where you're trying to shoot your arrows to that person overseas or long distance, you gotta really, um, think about how they would perceive things as well. And this is where you might actually let yourself down because you have those high expectations of them, and they're not nowhere near what you were thinking. You got here the strength card. You will find strength. This is where you will remember that you once had the strength to control your higher and lower self and merge them together to get you where you need to go. And so that's actually where you'll rediscover that and remember that. You have the judgment card in reverse. So some people, when it comes to relationships, not this week. Don't do it. You got the judgment in reverse. Everything that you decided to do within a relationship is already out of your hands anyway. Um, again, looking at this Libra house, you got Mars. So this is cutting off. Okay, the decisions is already made. Um, this is where things begin to fall, or if you don't let go and you try to hold on, sometimes the universe will send people, circumstances, or conditions to affect the situation, and that's what's going to happen if you continue to hold on. Then you have the Amir of Wands for some of you who are into sales, some of you who are into entrepreneurship. You are grinding, you are really putting in the work. This will be a strong factor for you. Other people have been able to inspire and admire you to get on your own grind, and this will actually help you in the future, especially when you're dealing with a lot of this fire energy. Right now, you have Chiron in Aries, no energy in Leo, but you do have Venus in the South Node in Sag. So this is remembering the things that you once loved that can help you in the group and help others as well. Here's the desired result. People want to see the big picture. This is Ace of Swords. You want to see the entire grand scheme of things. If you want to build the Alhambra, this is it right here. You have here literally the ability to see everything. This is the falcon, the eagle, the hawk totem. You're able to see things from a higher perspective, different perspective, to the point where now that you're doing all these actions and activities, you need that higher consciousness to be able to connect, to remember that you can't just always work on the ground. And that's what you'll be experiencing this week. And then here's the summary: Malika of Cups in reverse. Malika of Cups in reverse. This is how things will cap off for a lot of people. Um, you won't feel like you're in control and the boss of the situation, or uh, you know literally pushing forth the things that you desire, because some people, uh, laziness will overcome you. um, this is where you might have a tendency to feel a little judgmental of yourself. And again, you have a lot of things taking place within the personal houses. So on the outside to others, you may look like you are strong and holding up, but on the inside, there's a lot that's going on. Um, and just address that. Let's deal with that. Let's see what it will be. Eight of Disc in reverse. Some people have been waiting for some good news, so this will be troubling you. You've been wanting to have some communication. You've been wanting to reach out. You've been wanting to know what's going to happen for the future. Okay, and let's see why. Oh, because you're dealing with the housing situation. This is departure. Someone left, you left, or um, things aren't going right in the home, and you got the moon here, so the electricity might be out. Okay, the gas and electric might be out. So this is something that is bothering you, is an issue. And here we have here the Ten of Cups in reverse, and you're not willing to take advice from elderly or someone who has wisdom. We got a lot of jealousy and envy going on within our community, as we try to ascend. And I see this here keep showing up even in some of the readings. And people are saying this is what they've been experiencing. So this is where you really have to, uh, you know, try to look at things from a different perspective. I mean, people are here to offer you help, and this is where elders or someone who went down this path and experienced things want to give you aid, but it's like, don't be so close to it. And let's see why. Okay, yeah, none of this, because you want your own place, you want your own stability, you want your own um, line of employment where you can sustain and take care of yourself. But again, this is what happens too often in our community. You get too much knowledge too fast, and then you don't do the work on yourself. You just want the rewards. Okay. So this week, I would definitely say, especially on Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, just go ahead and relax. Try to, as the sun shifts into the 10th house and you're building yourself, this is more of an opportunity to rediscover yourself. A lot of people will be going through transformations to destroy yourself. You have to, that's a part of our cycle, that's a part of life. You always want to have the good parts, but it's all about the deconstructing those thoughts, paradigms, and ways of living. so that you can, again, regenerate. Okay, so I hope this was helpful, and I hope this was able to give you all some insights, and I hope that you all have a great week. Let me know in the comments how your week has been going. Some people been emailing me and texting me, let me know. So I appreciate that, and thank you for commenting consistently, especially Mother Marva. Appreciate it, and yeah, just let me know so we can see how deeper we need to go. And if anybody got any questions right now, take a few questions, and if not, then we will see you all next week. So let's see. I'll wait to see if anybody have any questions. All right. Well, you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Peace and much love, and hotep.